Here we go, here we go. Checking, let's check the sound, checking sound. Sound works, I can go ahead and post my links then. Okay, this looks like the CPU warning is just going to stay there for a bit, but the FPS seems to be alright. I'm not seeing any extra lag at the moment. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, we are going to struggle a bit for performance then. Perhaps I can lower my CPU usage some more. Obviously, I have to pause this. And I think I will quit. Yeah, I will quit Discord. Because I am suffering some performance issues. My computer is in, to put it very gently, quite outdated. So I will be just chatting. I will. So if I need to check Discord, I'll just be using my phone. I'm acting as though I'm on camera. I'm not. Will be no camera for this. Oh, and yeah, killing Discord helped a lot. That thing is just a massive resource hog, unfortunately. Okay, as long as the CPU occupancy warning is only going to show up occasionally, it's fine. Me. Yes. Me. Ri. Hello there, all of Jazz. And yeah, it's unfortunate to miss the season final, but it happens sometimes. You know, life got to take priority. Hopefully you can make it to the next one. Ah, yes, that's unfortunate then. Well then, there are always, you know, other tournaments. Looks like there's going to be weekend leagues next year, so maybe you can do one of those. And I think, you know, again, if you look for it, surely you will be able to find a league that that works for you. Hello, Growfish. You hoping for a good result today? Well, you know, being able to stay on track is the first step to becoming fast. Mr. Taipai, hello. I'm assuming that's Thibaut. And yeah, it's unfortunate that you no longer have a mathematical shot of the championship, but there is still a slim possibility of second place, so you can go for it. It's not even that slim, right? It's not an impossibility at all. I'm sure you will. So we have 6 minutes until event start. Then we will switch to the scene that will actually show you the game. Right now, I'm just doing some last minute setups, like last minute, just making sure everything works pretty much. This is my first time doing this after all, and this has been pretty last minute. The biggest concern is if my, to put it gently, outdated PC can really handle it. I have tested it and I have streamed races before, but I'm still somewhat concerned. Even so far, seems to be working quite well. I did have to close Discord to free up some CPU though. Okay, 5 minutes to 5 minutes until the start of the last practice session. Yeah, it's going to be a 30-minute practice session, then a 15-minute qualifying session, and finally a 30-minute race to decide this championship once and for all. How do you like my waiting scene? I put it together like very last minute with uh, hopefully it looks nice enough. If I do this again, I will make sure to make things a bit nicer. Any future leagues you are particularly interested in? It's perfect for last minute thing. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I think I am almost certain I'm going to sign up to the 90s DTM championship. Seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, and those cars are pretty fun to drive. Mm, yeah, no ABS. I'm a bit scared of the no ABS, to be honest. The lack of ABS has been really a struggle to deal with in the world touring with WTCR cars. Hello, Alice. Welcome to the race stream thing. Yes, I paid for not being gentle in it quite a few times. Like in my first race in these cars on at Motorland Aragon, I lost a lot of positions by locking the brakes and just instantly spinning. Because it's more than just the brakes lock. They lock in such a way that you just lose control very quickly. It's incredibly easy to spin when you lock the brakes in those cars. Yep, and in 1 minute we will be switching our screen over to the actual race screen. And I'm doing alright, Alice. Thank you for asking. Okay, I'm going to exit the server so I can rejoin it when the practice proper starts. And at that moment, we will actually, begin commentating and finish with this stream start stuff. 3, 2, 1, and we're still going to have to wait like a minute for the server to restart. Unless it already has. Oh, I believe it already has. So it did. Very nice, very quick. So going to have to wait a few seconds for OBS. There we go. OBS has picked up the game, has picked up the game sounds. It's going to take a moment to load because once again my PC is ancient in electronics terms. And here we go. Okay, as soon as people start getting out, we can start. There we go. And the very first on the track is Viltec, currently 7th in the championship. Is very close to Growfish in 6th, and here they go off the track. Their outlap not going too well, unless it's a technique to just get the outlap out of the way quickly and start a flying lap, which, you know, it would be a thing. And of course, no problem, Growfish. Let's, you know, let's see what kind of tires people are testing. Ah, I see what the issue is. Viltec is trying out the soft tires, which on this car are more or less unusable. They overheat instantly and lose grip instantly. It's, like, honestly not worth trying. Yeah, I haven't really been up to it for for a few reasons. But, well, I found something to stream, so here we have a stream to enjoy. Still, if Viltec can manage to somehow make these softs survive, then that could be a decent pace increase, at least for quali. But from the way they are spinning around, it does not seem like it will be the case. Metzger, hello Metzger, and essentially I'm waiting on a lot of things right now. Not going to go into more specifics right now, but essentially at the moment it's just a lot of waiting. And yeah, it seems, yeah, once again another spin for the soft tires. It's just has not worked out, and Viltec goes back into the pits, going to try a different tire compound, like maybe the mediums, like John Cole, the championship leader by 30 points, is currently doing. Looks like John Cole has not put a flying lap in yet, and a slide after not quite. Like, I think being behind Thibaut there kind of messed him up a bit, sent him into a slide. Thanks, Metzger. I'll see you sometime. But there we go. I believe that is John's first flying lap. Let's see what kind of lap time he can give us. Of course, this is just practice for now, so these lap times will not directly impact the race in any way. This is just an indication of where the drivers might stand, and of course for the drivers themselves, this is very useful practice. Taking the apex nicely through that corner. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to study the track really. I only drove around it a couple times, and it's a very interesting track. A lot of like these medium speed flowing corners. Very interesting to drive. and as reported by most of the drivers, a very bumpy one. Oh, and somebody's spun over there. Oh, I just realized I forgot to add one of the things I really wanted to add, a track map. That will be useful. Let's just know where things are. We will put it down here. Although, it only takes my position, unfortunately. Oh well. But it looks like while I was messing with that, John Cole put in the fastest lap, only to have it taken away by this man Ziloni AZ, who is currently second in the championship, has a fairly slim chance of winning it. He will need, in order to win, Ziloni will need to finish first and have John Cole finish 10th or lower, which, considering how fast John is, how fast John has been, being a 2 times winner in this league alone, it would take quite something for a real chance to appear. Yeah, someone who no longer has a mathematical chance to win the championship, but does in fact have a pretty good shot at second place. Thibaut Geurten here, very fast racer, unfortunately missing a big load of points from having to skip one of the races in this league. Currently sitting in 4th place. In order to secure second position in the league, he will need to take the win and then have Ziloni AZ finish 5th and Brian Hunter finish 4th, which is something that might only take a little bit of chaos to happen. And thank you to all of Jazz, Growfish and Evans above for giving me a follow. Thank you very much. Okay, John Cole has retaken his rightful first place in the current standings, setting the fastest lap time by almost 2/10, by 2/10 of a second. Using the medium tire compound, looks like this is going to be the preferred tire compound for this race. It's usually a choice between medium and hards for these cars, and that said, that was a pretty serious slide for John to make. So maybe, just maybe, mediums do in fact degrade quickly on the stock, which again, considering the kind of long medium speed corners there are, yeah, once again, you see that the kind of spin that is most definitely caused by tires losing grip for one reason or another. And what I think happened is these medium tires are quite prone to overheating. So if you make one mistake, if you make one serious slide, if you have a spin, you will seriously overheat your tires, and it will make it many times easier to have another mistake. But here we go, on board now with Thibaut Geurten, going for another flying lap. Will he be able to take second or third? Will he be able to move up in the standings? Let's find out. Clean around the first couple corners. Good line, good exit from that hairpin. Full throttle all through here, pretty much a straight, even though it's technically isn't. But then big braking zone. Uh, and he's handled those corners beautifully. Has taken the apex in both of them. Just a bit of curb, which is not something you really want to take, as these curbs are quite high and can unsettle the car, so that could be some time loss. Okay, and going around the last corner, I believe. No, second to last corner. And back on the finish straight. What is his time? 22.466. Less than 100 ahead of John Cole, now in second. Very close there between the leaders, with 2/10, even less than 2/10 separating the top three. Now this is currently the first, second and fourth in the championship up there. Can the third in the championship, Brian Hunter, get closer to their times? Let's see how it goes for him. He's currently, looks like, nearing the end of his latest flying lap. Yeah. All the best laps usually are scary. And that's quite a bit of sliding, although that might just be my connection not being very good right now. And only at 24.8 lap time for Brian. Let's see if he can do better on this lap. Still touches the curb, unsettles the car a bit. Not quite as smooth in the beginning, in the first sector of the lap. Oh, and going wide onto the grass, this will hurt his exit, this will hurt his acceleration. And he is on hard tires as well, perhaps not trusting himself to never ever have even a slight slide with the mediums. And you know what? I wouldn't trust myself either. The mediums are the tire for the brave and the really, really good. Well, and for the stupid as well, of course, but that's just me. And just understeers off the track. And yet here he goes for another lap, though this lap might be compromised from the very beginning, as he wasn't able to get a really good exit from the last corner, or really any kind of exit after messing up near the end there. But now he has Thibaut ahead of him, so Brian can now look at what Thibaut is doing and maybe try to copy that. And through that, go a bit faster. And Thibaut is now also using the hard tires, which to me suggests that the hard compound will be the one used in the actual race, and the medium is only going to be used in practice and qualifying. All of that depends, of course, on how much faster or slower Thibaut is right now than he was on mediums. Yeah, let's look at his lap time up there on the first spot on the leaderboard. Christoph sliding a bit through the last two corners, but nothing too major. And Brian Hunter does not improve his lap time. And neither did Thibaut, so you know, this is not some kind of so yeah, so clearly this is not the case of medium tires being just straight up bad and unsuitable for the track. It's just that well, they're risky. They demand fantastic consistency. On some tracks that is easier than on the others. So looking at the current lap time spread, we got 3 people. Our top 3 are the only ones in the 122 range. Then we got 4th and 5th in the 23s. Then from 6th to 8th in the 24th. And then 9th to 11th, 9 and 10th in 25s. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Barry Evans and Philippe Gerard have done a flying lap yet, so we'll hold off. We'll hold off saying what the lap times are until I am sure that they did. So let's in fact go ahead and ride on board with Barry here. Yeah. Quite a bit of sliding. Oh, yeah, I think my ping is going kinda mental as well. I don't think this track is very well optimized, as I usually do not have. Yeah. We might yet have to restart the game and try to lower my settings even further, unfortunately, because we're seeing some pretty egregious teleporting going on and a lot more sliding than there is in reality. Although this slide was real and genuine, as we can see, resulted in a spin. And whoa, 3 cars spun there. So that was Barry, that was Sonny Dex, and who else? Was that also Philippe Gerard? That might have been it. A lot of cars on the track right now, and yes, my PC is going a bit crazy, so I think near the end of practice I'm going to try and restart the game, lower some settings even further. It's not going to look fantastic, I'm sorry. I'm making it look as good as my hardware allows. It's not very good, unfortunately. And there we go, both Barry and who was that in the yellow car? Sonny Dex, was it? Going off in that corner. There we go. Meanwhile, Christoph Babiš has joined the top 3 in the 122 range of time range. Why no Alice? Yeah, meanwhile, Christoph Babiš here set his personal best, 122.8 lap time, not taking that available corner cut on the first corner, unlike what we've seen from the top 3. Maybe he chooses not to take it, maybe he does not realize it's available. I'm feeling you, Glowfish. This track is not well optimized, because, I mean, it clearly doesn't look nearly good enough to warrant this kind of performance drops. Potato PC, homegrown. Well, I did assemble it myself. But that remains, that means that Monkey King here remains the only one with a 1:23 time, with with now 4 people in the 22s and 4 more down the order in the 24s, forming two fairly distinct groups. And perhaps these are the groups that we are going to see in the race. Let's see if Monkey King here can maybe get himself a bit closer to that top group. I do think we are going to have a lot of onboard shots today as, well, the cameras, the outside cameras don't provide fantastic visibility. Once again, not taking that corner cut inside line. And I would be interested to see, like I would be interested to know if the people who do not take it choose not to take it or simply do not realize that it is available as an option. Because I did a few laps of this track just to get a feel for it so I can know what it's like, and I did take that. I did start taking that line very quickly. So oh, Jim Thomason spins, nearly destroys Monkey King's lap here, but thankfully Monkey King manages to avoid him. Yes, we are definitely going to need a restart. I'm going to do it right now. Just give me a moment, please. We will. So I'm going to make some changes to my settings, lower them a bit more. One of them is I'm going to lower my FPS limit actually. I'm hoping, as I am streaming at 30 FPS anyway. So when going to go to low wall details, going to go to much lower shadow resolutions, and as well as just, yeah, much lower reflection resolutions. Okay, no. We will now rejoin the server, and hopefully what I have just done will improve the performance by enough. If nothing else helps, I will just close the browser and try and keep up with the chat from my phone. But that will be a really annoying way to keep up with the chat, so I'm reserving that for the last resort. And here we go. Well, we're still getting the warning, but we'll see if that still results in these jumps. Seems like it unfortunately will. Well, not too much I can do about that, unfortunately. Wait. Hold on a moment. Well, I found a problem that I missed before. Well, looks like we're gonna have to close the chat then for now, and hopefully that improves it enough. Well, this is not awful. Hmm. Well, this is better. Unfortunately, that restart does mean that we lose. That does mean that we lose the data on the times that we had, but it will. But it's only practice times. We are going to have a qualifying session, and those times are going to matter a whole lot more. Okay, but you know, closing the browser actually helped massively. Hopefully it does not. It doesn't. Uh, Hopefully it all stays this way. I will actually keep the task manager up just so I can monitor my CPU usage. Interesting that the CPU occupancy warning appears before the CPU actually hits 99%. Okay, but here we are on board with Headstar Racing, who I believe has only just joined the server. Uh, uh, and I believe that lap time we see is the outlap. And that was the first flying lap, a 1:28. Very, very close time to Sonny Dex. Once again, not taking that corner cut. No, I do not. I'm not playing right now. Unfortunately, well. Unfortunately, I'm just doing commentary here, and for the occasion, the camera would be distracting, so I chose to turn it off. Well, so with how much time is left in the session, this is the last flying lap of the session, I believe, unless Cole is on a lap just slightly behind Headster. And it appears that Cole is in fact on a lap slightly behind Headster, so... Ah! No, well, quite a lot behind. So, this is the last flying lap of the session, and it is with our current championship leader, quite likely to win the championship, and of course the current holder of the best practice time, John Cole. And what I need to, okay, if I do this again, remind me to change the default config for Bcast, as I haven't had time to find out how to do it. Again, John Cole using the medium tires. I am expecting a mix of mediums and hards for the race, with possibly most people going one way, with just a few going the other way. And with that, with John Cole going wide there, I do not believe this lap is going to be an improvement. As I highly doubt that his best lap, well, had him understeer onto the grass. And just like said, it is not an improvement. I would like to see what kind of lap time he did set. But for now, this is the end of the session. And I'm not sure who is still out on track, as I cannot switch. I don't seem to be able to switch to any other drivers. Oh, Headster Racing. Yes, I know about CPU occupancy. I hope this inability to switch drivers is not going to stick. Nope, it is all fine. So we are about to go into quali. So we'll take a quick break before that. Exactly. Hello, the status. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, I'm getting notifications of whatever. And there we go. I'm back just in time for the start of qualifying. And it looks like who is that starting? That is Viltek going on our very first Wiley Katie. Well then, I wish you luck in the race. And we are currently looking at the very first outlap here. Viltek trying out some soft tires again. That's a big risk, as they, again, soft tires just overheat and die pretty much instantly. But we'll see. Maybe, maybe he's the one who can make them work. The first question is, can he keep it on the track in the outlap? As once again, soft tires nearly useless on this car. I know it, as I have multiple times tried to put in a qualifying lap on the soft tire compound, and I never ever did. I never ever put an actual worthwhile qualifying lap on all these compounds over the course of the entire first season of the GT3 Championship, of the GT3 Porsche Championship. And there we go. Viltek is starting the very first flying lap of the session. Let us ride on board with Viltek, who not taking the corner cut through the first corner, and taking the SS pretty well, going slightly over the curb, which is suboptimal but not a huge issue in a slow speed corner like that. He's now on, well, the closest thing this track has to a back straight. Brakes not too late, takes a decent line through there. he is actually doing a pretty damn good job of keeping those softs, actually functioning. And as I say that, he just loses control, spins out, and into the wall. So I believe that will be it for his soft running. Okay, yeah. Let's see the one who will actually be the first to complete a flying lap, which I believe it was Monkey King just behind Viltech. Except who is that? Unfortunately I cannot see the name. And looks like okay, that was Headster Racing then probably was first, wasn't there? Never mind, that was Ziloni. Ziloni has just completed a flying lap at 1:23.8. A decent time, but people are going to start getting faster quite quickly, so... And there we go, Christoph Babiš just did. So how about we ride aboard with John Cole, the championship leader, as he just comes to the last couple corners, and I believe this will be his first flying lap. Makes his way across the last two corners and sets a 1:23.3 lap time, second best, second only to Christoph Babiš, and he goes for another fast lap immediately. No need to cool the tires or just go for it. Just go. Because as long as you don't spin, the mediums do stay alive pretty well. But you know, not spinning ever in a race can be trickier than it sounds. But John doing a very good job here, catching up to Headster Racing. Hopefully Headster will not prove to be an issue for John in setting this lap. Hopefully he will not obstruct him. And looks like Thibaut Gürten is first into the 22s. And how deep into the 22s he went? 1:22.3. Very, very good lap time. And okay. That leaves John Cole currently third. And goes wide out last corner, improves his lap, but not by much, only by about 2/10. Okay, let's see what Thibaut is currently doing. Thibaut is currently right behind the current second place seater Christoph Babiš, who are the only two in the 22-second range. He looks like he's flashing his lights at Babiš, letting him know he's there behind him. And see if he can further improve his time and further cement himself as the pole sitter, and it does not look like it. So, now, how about Babiš? Can Babiš maybe challenge for the pole? He's currently 6/10 off, but we've seen him do faster laps than this in practice. So at the very least, he can try and secure himself a bit more in second place. That's Thibaut over there. On one hand, Thibaut of course wants to go as fast as possible, but on the other, with Babiš right there, he does not really want to catch up to him and having to fight him or having to slow down and abort his lap. Very tricky situation to be in, and I expect that Thibaut will be slowing down at some point soon to put some distance between himself and the car ahead. I misclicked. Okay, and here we go. Babish completes his lap, and only a 1/10 increase, which... Ooh, and tries to take the cut corner and does not quite make it. He will have to do another outlap and spend time doing that. Which is exactly what Thibaut is now doing, having gone to the pits to avoid having to meet Babish on track in quali, which is not really the time you want to be meeting anyone on track. In fact, you would much rather have the entire track to yourself. Except for the occasional slipstream providers. And John Cole has just set a much better lap at 22.462, which puts him safely in second position. And it looks like sometime after that he spun, so... Okay. Let's see how things are going further down the order. Oof, another spinner there that John Cole just managed to avoid. Okay. Zilone AZ was another one of the 22 runners in practice, I believe. So, but doesn't seem to be able to get into those lap times in quali quite yet. Let's see how his race is going. Well, how his qualification is going. Looks like he's around the midpoint of the lap. Just behind Christoph there. And now entering, I believe, the third sector. And now coming around the last couple of corners, will Ziloni get into the 22s? Will he take a position off of Monkey King? As we know he can do, and the answer to that is no, or at least not this lap. And into the wall he goes. Just, I believe, just a way to kick. Oh, and just stays in the middle of the track, just uncomfortably long. With I sincerely hope that the car that just had to avoid Ziloni was not on a flying lap, as that would not be very nice. And Timo Gurten further extends his lead, getting in 22.16. It's the fastest lap time we've seen today by some margin. And the second fastest lap time we've seen today was from Timo himself as well. Timo really wants that second place now. He really wants to grab all the championship positions possible. And here is one of his rivals, really. One of the people he has to overtake in the championship to take that second spot, Ziloni AZ. And he's kind of struggling. He's not able to get into that top 4. Which is a big problem for him if he wants to keep that championship position. So I believe... Yes, it is. Yes, it is exactly above 5th that Ziloni needs to finish in order for a win from Thibaut Gilton to not take the position away from him. And meanwhile, John Cole has improved his best and improved it by quite a margin, going into the 22.3s, but not quite enough to dethrone Thibaut. Thibaut is on a mission today, while John Cole is maybe not quite as motivated, as it would take his race going seriously wrong for him to lose the championship at this point. Of course he will want the win. They are all racers here. They all want to win, even if there's really nothing in it. But perhaps having something more to fight for will drive Thibaut just that little bit harder than it does John. And still Ziloni is not able to quite improve. So, another obstacle on Thibaut's mission to achieve second is this guy right here, Brian Hunter, currently sitting third in the championship with 2 podiums. He doesn't seem to be really anywhere near the podium positions today, as he is lapping in 8th place currently and half a second behind Growfish. And I believe with the amount of people that have currently turned up to race, it is in fact completely mathematically... Oh, as I was saying, that Brian Hunter did manage to achieve a much better lap time of 23.4, taking Ziloni's position and making himself 5th. Which is a very nice improvement from Brian. Let's see what he can do with it in the race. And that is the end of qualifying. Thibaut Gilton will start on pole, John Cole second, Christoph Babish third, Moki King fourth, Brian Hunter fifth, Ziloni and... Okay, these are the pits. I was a bit worried that it actually put my car on the grid. Anyway, Ziloni AZ is 6th. Wiley Coyote, who's here on the stream, hello there, wish you good luck, is 7th. Growfish, who also said hi, as did Thibaut. Growfish in 8th, Headster Racing in 9th, Jim Thomason in 10th, Barry Evans in 11th, Viltech in 12th, Sonny Dex in 13th, and finally in last we got Felipe Gerard in 14th with a lap time of 1:30.7. So, and with the amount of people that have turned up to the race, it is now mathematically impossible for Brian Hunter to win the championship, as in order to do that he would need to win the race and have John Cole finish 15th or lower, and as we do not have 15 people, that will not happen. So let's watch the top 3 on the start. Let's see who gets the better start of the line. Is there chaos on turn 1? In 30 seconds the race will start and we will all find out. Good luck to everyone and give me a good race. And as I predicted, there is currently a mix of hard and medium compound on the grid, with Sonny Dex going softs. That's going to be interesting. But it seems that even among the front runners there is no consensus. Anyway, 5 lights are on. Everyone is ready. Lights out, and they are off. Thibaut Gilton gets a good start. John Cole gets overtaken by Christoph, but he will take the place back through the first corner, taking the corner cut as Brian Hunter falls down. Oh, there was chaos. Chaos in turn 1, and Wiley Coyote and Brian Hunter appear to have been the ones suffering from it. Meanwhile, out in the front, John Cole has taken his place from Christoph Babic, but he is still close, keeping within half a second, and a train behind him, all in touching distance until the 7th position, where Glowfish is 0.5 behind Headster Racing. And John Cole just barely keeping in touch with Thibaut Gurten out in the front. John Cole will really want to use his slight tire advantage of medium tires. However, that does also put him at risk, as if he spins, if he makes any sort of mistake, those tires will be gone very quickly. And meanwhile, yep, Viltech has just managed to overtake Philippe Gerard, and Barry Evans is right on his tail as well, aiming to take another position off of him. Looks like Jim Thomason had some sort of a spin. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch it. But Wiley Coyote is trying to make a move on Sonny Dex, trying to go around the outside, and he makes it, just makes it. That's a good job. And as I say that, John Cole is getting close to striking distance of Thibaut Gurten, who is really wanting to keep this first position, as Zilone AZ is in 5th place, exactly where Thibaut wants him to be, and most importantly, no higher than Thibaut wants him to be. Very close across these nice flowing corners, nearly touching his rear bumper with his front. John Cole really wants that front position. He might not need it to win the championship, but he needs to win the race, and that's what they're all here to do. Very close racing in front, 2 very fast drivers, absolutely all out. Good stuff, very good stuff. Meanwhile, Brian is Wiley Coyote making his way back up the field, taking Philippe Gerard. Just a Brian Hunter just overtook Sonny Dex. Christoph Babic has... Ooh, very close now! Can he now... John Cole is extremely close. He has the advantage of slipstream. He got the better exit and the better acceleration out of the hairpin. Can he make a move? Will he even need to make a move, or will he be ahead by the end of this straight? He will not be ahead. He will not be ahead, and he could not outbrake Thibaut Gurten. Thibaut Gurten defends his position, keeps the lead. Great job by him. Great racing. Great stuff. Meanwhile, for the last podium position, a battle just as hard is being fought between Babic and Monkey King. But a slight mistake of John Cole sees Christoph Babic get within 1 second and get the point, but he can start getting some slight benefits of slipstream, which he's going to be very happy about, as that keeps him in the conversation for the 2nd podium step, maybe even the 1st if something goes wrong for Thibaut later on. Very close racing between the top 4 here, and they are keeping it clean, and nobody's making any horrible mistakes, which is why they're the top 4. They're actually fast people here. Again, very good job. Meanwhile, back behind, we have Brian Hunter still trying to make his way back from his lap 1 misfortune. But Monkey King is getting very close to Christoph, getting very close to taking that final podium position, which he's going to want a lot. As it looks like, as as for Monkey King, that will mean quite a few championship positions. Is he close enough to make a move into the first corner? Probably not. Will he try it? No, he will not. There was in fact no move to try. But still very close. Losing a tiny bit of time, maybe being a bit extra careful to make sure he doesn't run into the car ahead in the twisty bits. But what is this? That was a bit of an odd line taken by Babish. But look at that. Viltek it looks like he was close to making a move on Headster Racing, but oh, maybe he will make a move on Headster Racing here. Or no, not quite. Headster gets the better acceleration, and even with the help of Slipstream, he is pulling away from Viltek, and will not be able. Once again, the battle for the lead keeps going. John Cole now getting within half a second of Thibaut. This is the range where Slipstream starts to matter a lot, starts to be really strong. And oh no, what has happened to Christoph? Seems like there was an incident with somebody where the collision did he spin. Unfortunately, we were looking at the leaders and did not quite see it. But still, there are battles to keep track of. And once again, Thibaut is able to pull away just slightly out of the immediate danger zone, but not quite out of the slipstream really. But what? But the demise of what? Yeah, but what has happened to Christoph is very bad news for Thibaut Gilton, as that has put Zilone AZ back into that put Zilone AZ back into 4th place, which might just let him keep his place in the championship and make Thibaut on the 3rd. Meanwhile, Viltek has overtaken Headster Racing, but looks like Headster Racing is quite close to getting in the back, getting once again under half a second, following closely through the twisty corners. And making good use of the slipstream. Now making it across the final corners. Headster is not close enough to make a move, but he makes sure to stay in touch so that if an opportunity does present on itself, he will be there to take it. And looks like Viltek simply does not take the corner cut available on the first corner, which seems to be the way that Headster makes up a lot of time on him, and very close to the hairpin now. This is now that will the Headster get the acceleration needed to make the overtake on the straight? Does not seem that way, as while he is benefiting from the slipstream, he does not come quite close enough to make a real move, and but might have come close enough where he needed to be careful not to run into the back of the car in front and back off slightly. Let's take a break from this fight and take a look at the one directly behind, as Brian Hunter is getting very close to Wile E. Coyote, continuing his comeback drive, trying to secure some points to keep himself up there in the championship after that disastrous first lap. And over the grass goes Wile E. Coyote. But that is not quite enough for Brian Hunter to make a move. Ah. But again, but here we see Brian taking the corner cut, and side by side going into the second corner. Even with the corner cut, Brian is not able to go ahead of Wile E. Coyote before the hairpin. But once again, here an attempt is made, and there he goes. They are side by side, and Brian made sure to keep the inside line for himself. But it seems that Wile E. Coyote did get the slightly better acceleration, and Brian is now solidly behind once again. And yet you can tell that Brian really wants to get past, not just for the points, but because he knows he can probably go faster than that. In fact, if you look at their best lap times, he knows for a fact he can go faster than that. And there he goes. There he goes. Better acceleration. And we see Wile E. Coyote just instantly much bigger gap is built. And the position is Brian's, and he will make sure to keep it. Now released from Wile E. Coyote, Brian now has an almost 9-second gap to make up to Headster Racing ahead, who is very, very close to Viltech, almost making contact but not quite, keeping it clean. And he might just be able to take the position through this straight. Very close. The slipstream is massive, and he goes on the inside. Ooh, almost looked like there was maybe a bit of a touch. He gets the inside line, and he takes the position. Viltech almost tries to go for a move, but thinks better with at the last second. And Brian Hunter behind is very, very happy to see all this fighting happening, as when you are fighting, you're not going as fast as you could be, and when you're not going as fast as you could be, maybe, just maybe, Brian can make up that time and get into this action, which he's going to be really happy about. Out in the front, Tibor has managed to pull away quite a bit from John Colin's second place, and he's managed to pull away a bit from John Colin's second place, and John is now forced to defend from Monkey King to keep the second step of the podium. Yeah, and Monkey King is getting quite close indeed. Once again, that second place would mean a lot for him, considering his current podium position, his current championship position. That would have him jump up by a significant amount. But John is still, of course, very interested in that first place as well, not just in keeping the second. Once again, we're all racers. They're all here to win. Nobody's here to, you know, specifically to take last. They're all gonna fight. And talking about fighting, some is happening once again between Viltech and Headster Racing. Viltech still refusing to take that corner cut. Perhaps not seeing it as, you know, as the way the track is intended to be driven. Perhaps simply because that's how he practiced, and changing it up now could disrupt that. But that does end up costing him time. Every lap, a little bit of time against Headster Racing. And now that Hester Racing has made it past, but Brian Hunter is not really able to make up the time anymore, and in fact, just barely able to get away from Wile E. Coyote, who hangs in just over a second behind Brian. But the fight in the podium is getting much more interesting as they are now lapping back markers, and that is slowing Thibaut Gilton by quite a bit. I believe, as now the top three are all within 1 second, and they have just got past Jim Thomason safely and with no incident. But now John Cole is going to start making attempts on the leader once again. An attempt that nearly cost him his position, as Monkey King makes use of every opportunity presented. Oh, coming up on another back marker. Hopefully Barry Evans will get out of the way quickly. It's not a great feeling, you know, to have to slow down so much to try and get out of the way of so many cars fighting. But it'd be even worse to be the one who just it's even worse to be the one who has affected it. Okay, Thibaut Gilton has now been released from the back markers for now, and he will once again put the pedal to the metal, and right away we see the gap open up as Hester Racing and Viltech continue fighting each other, and oh no, we just caught a very unfortunate spin by Viltech. Very unfortunate for him. But Brian Hunter will be quite happy about that, that gives him the opportunity to take the position easily and salvage just a few more points after the disaster of the first lap that he had. But Viltech is of course not going to give up the position without a fight, actually making it around Brian very soon. Now that makes it a three-way fight between Brian, Viltech and Wile E. Coyote. Again, all within a second of each other, all within slipstream range, although looks like Wiley has not quite got the exit that the cars ahead in front of him have. And Brian putting out to the side to make sure he doesn't go into the back of Viltech. And Wile E. Coyote having to be quite careful as well, to get close but not too close. Within touching distance, but not actually touching. Still, Wile E. Coyote is still kind of struggling to keep up with the two cars ahead, which here will really want to push and make sure he stays close, so in case an opportunity presents itself, he can take it with both hands. Unfortunately, that will mean that he'll have to release the steering wheel, but, you know, it might just be worth it. Again, all very close racing. Oh, and Brian just looks like he makes a mistake. Maybe in an effort to avoid colliding with Viltech, he goes wide, and that lets... And without even having to grab the opportunity, it just fell into Wile E. Coyote's lap. And there he goes, in 9-up-1 position. Meanwhile, Monkey King makes sure to keep himself very close to John Cole still, and yet still not quite able to make a move. As the top three steadily pull away from Ziloni AZ, who is also has pulled away from Christoph Babiš, which is news that will be very that Thibaut Guillotin will be quite unhappy to hear as it means that his dreams of second place in the championship might just be over. Oh no! As John Cole just goes slightly wide after making sure to not collide with Thibaut Guillotin, Monkey King is not able to get himself stopped in time and hits him, spins him, and that gives another position to Zelone AZ. And suddenly Zelone is back into podium positions, which he will be quite surprised and very pleased by aiming to make this his fourth podium finish of the season. And John Cole must be pissed right now. That is just a very unfortunate thing to happen to him. It was not really his fault, there was very little he could do about it. And now, is there even enough time to make up 6 seconds? Maybe if he goes well over a second faster per lap than Thibaut. But that's a big thing to ask. Brian Hunter is hoping to recover from his mistake and recover his 9th position, and then maybe try and move on to 8th. Did I say his 8th position? He wants to recover his 9th position and maybe move up to 8th. As again, Wiley and Brian taking the corner cart available on the first corner. Wiltek is not. That has to be costing Wiltek quite some time. But once again, very similar thing is happening here as what has happened when Brian lost his position. He just has to avoid the car in front of him braking perhaps earlier than he expected. But and yeah, there's not too much he can even do to prevent it, as taking an alternative line would most likely mean a significant time loss. So his best option is to try and follow the cars ahead, follow his rival, but that's dangerous when you're not quite sure when the car ahead is going to brake. I would use these cameras more, but I find they're not very good at this circuit at all. Like, I can barely see what's happening half the time in these cameras, in the TV cameras. Oh, but Wile E. Coyote is getting a bit closer to Wiltek now. This, of course, you know, through taking the corner cut and, you know, just through being a bit faster. The question is, will he manage to actually put himself into striking distance before the race is over, as we have only 6 minutes to go, which I'm not sure, I cannot calculate how many laps that is, but how many laps that is going to be. That has to be like 4 laps. Yeah, I think it's going to be 4 laps more, right? Sorry, trying to do math while commentating. Ooh, and Brian has come very, very close to Wile E. Coyote now. Right on his tail. And he will make sure to take advantage of any opportunity. Going across the last corner, through the start-finish straight. Not quite enough time for any real benefit of slipstream to help Brian catch up. And the question is, will he have to take avoiding action once again on this, third corner? No, he will not. now knowing where the car ahead brakes, he can make sure to stay behind, but goes wide, just a bit over enthusiastic on the throttle, which very small mistake, but so significant, and a very easy one to make as well, as you know, he's been stuck behind Wiley for a while. He's frustrated about the first lap incident, and there's just you know, very eager to get ahead, and just goes a bit wide. Meanwhile, we have managed to miss Christoph Babiš making his way past Monkey King, and Monkey King, of course, well, he doesn't want to just take that, and he might really want to take the position back, but that little bit of a slide, I believe, suggests that his medium tires are maybe not serving him quite as well as Christoph's hards are serving him. With, yeah, perhaps slightly less life, well, or maybe quite a bit less life left in the mediums, and Monkey King maybe having to nurse them a bit more. Like these tires, they don't go off massively, but certainly enough to notice. And this, again, with these long corners, the tires can get pretty heated up. Ooh, someone's wide. That's Sonidex, I believe, just perhaps being a bit over enthusiastic in letting lapped cars by. He's still on the, or maybe just going wide because he's picked the soft tire compound. Which is also known as compound of instant death. Oh well, it's not known by that, but I just called it that, so it will be known that by that. And yeah, and these people here are all mostly hard runners, with the exception of Wiltek out in front. So, and again, ooh, small mistake for Brian, but one big enough to matter as he loses nearly a second on Wild Coyote through going over that curb. The curbs here again really high, not really for going over, and it's now, there's now not a lot of time left for Brian, as there's only enough time left for about 2 more laps. As Brian still makes sure to keep himself within a second, keep himself within contention, and just maybe find some good spot to overtake. Talking about good spots to overtake, Monkey King must be looking for one very hard right now, as he is getting closer than he's been in the past couple laps to Christoph Babiš, and he will want that position back. Okay, and this is a very important corner to get right in when trying to overtake somebody. This is the longest straight on the track. This is where the slipstream is going to matter most. But slipstream might start mattering quite a lot but for Wiltek here, as he gets himself very close to Headster Racing. He does not take the corner card, but that doesn't appear to hurt him a lot. But getting a bit too close to Headster does, as he just overcommits on the brakes and spins. That lets Wile E. Coyote and Brian Hunter past, who are both very thankful, I imagine, for the positions gained. And Brian Hunter is getting quite close to Wile E. Coyote. And he's just, you can tell how eager he is to get past, as we are heading into what will likely be the last lap of the race, as Mhm. In fact, the, yeah, what is already the last lap of the race, I believe, as I do not believe Brian Hunter has been lapped. Although I might be entirely wrong. Leader is on final lap, and Brian Hunter just starting a new one, and he's starting it with a bang by overtaking Wile E. Coyote, finally getting past, and there is only one lap for which he has to defend. That 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 he must be feeling pretty good about himself right about now. And now it's the final lap for them as Thibaut Gilton crosses the line in first, securing his championship points. Unfortunately, will only be enough. The championship points, which will only be enough for third, as Ziloni keeps position and keeps his second position in the championship, just as John Cole secures his championship win. Christoph Babbage not quite able. Christoph Babbage manages to hold out against Smokey King in the end. But you know who might still not hold out? Brian Hunter, as Wile E. Coyote is maybe not close enough for a traditional move, but is more than close enough for a desperate last corner lunge. And will a lunge be made? And no such lunge will be made, as Wile E. Coyote is not close enough and finishes the race in 9th. And that leaves us waiting for Viltec, the last of the unlapped cars, who unfortunately made a mistake and suffered the consequences behind Headster Racing. And this is it for the championship. This is it for the race. And let's congratulate Thibaut Gilton for his second win of the season and his third place in the championship. Let's congratulate John Cole for a race that has more or less been flawless, with the only real time loss being through no fault of his own. And let's congratulate him, obviously, for his championship success as he wins the whole thing. Ziloni AZ. Ziloni AZ keeps his second place in the championship, just stays ahead of Thibaut by a couple of points. And the way he did it is mostly by, staying out of trouble, as the cars ahead of him made mistakes, went wide, spun, and all kinds of things, as Christoph Babbage and Monkey King, who both could have very well been on the podium, are 4th and 5th. Growfish had a fairly quiet race, I think. Not much action around him. Finishes 6th, done a good job. We had some good action from Headster Racing and a pretty great comeback drive from Brian Hunter from his disaster over first lap up to 8th place. Some good overtakes. Fantastic racing, everybody. GG. Yes, that was a completely flawless race, Thibaut. Just like nothing I can say. And I had a lot of fun commenting. Hope you have enjoyed watching it. And we are going to finish up here now. Maybe we can alright. Thanks a lot. That means a lot. Yeah, unfortunately, I do think I missed some good moments, but there's like only so much I can do when there's only one person and only one monitor the game is displayed on. Only one moment could be viewed at once. Uh, it's possible to make it better, but not as last minute as this was. Yes. Yep, you're all welcome. I might do this again someday. I enjoyed it quite a lot. And of course, the video of the stream is going to be available and going to be archived on my YouTube channel, just like all the other my all the rest of my streams. Mm. So 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 yeah. Unless you want to jump into Discord and maybe say a few things as the race winner, we are going to be finished here. Okay, so all right. There's a broadcast interviews channel in the Arc Discord. So if you can hop into that, we can set it up. Just give me a second to actually set it up. All right. Hop in when you are ready. Uh, I think I guess we are just going to try and do a quick interview with our race winner. It's a strong possibility, Alice. Mm. And of course, thank you for the follow, Thibaut. Uh, are you coming? I'm waiting in the broadcast interviews channel right now in the Arc Discord. It's under the Race Night channel, like the one where everybody is. Yeah, the other one, the one below. I jump into the main one, but it's might be a bit too overwhelming to have everybody on. Oh, hit the microphone. I'm sorry. Okay. While we're waiting here, let's run to the final standings in the championship. Well, the winner, like I said, is John Cole. He is the champion of the second season of Porsche GT3s in amateur racing club, amateur racing community, keep saying club. Second is Ziloni AZ, keeps his position, takes his fourth podium, where has done a very good job. Third is Thibaut, He drove a flawless race and got himself one more championship position through that. Fourth is Brian Hunter, who has managed to salvage enough points from his race start to keep Headster Racing behind. And hello there, John.
How's it going?
Hello, you're currently on the stream.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, I was expecting Thibaut. He said he'll come, but you can say a few things as well, of course. As the championship winner, as the championship winner, it's going to be pretty interesting to hear from you as well, obviously.
Well, all I would say is that it's been a great series, and Thibaut Gurton, I think possibly would have won the series if he'd competed last week. He's been a really strong competitor all season, for all the 5 races, and we were having a really good battle there at the end in the last race. But there was a bit of an incident, so got taken out, which was the end.
I saw
To the
that was very unfortunate for you. There's literally
but I
not
think
nothing
just
you could have done.
no, well, and it was just after that point. It was kind of, I'm just gonna make sure that I bring it home in P2 because I knew that that would be the championship for me. So I didn't push any
Yes.
further.
To be
But
fair,
it's been really good. I'm
to be
looking
f-
forward to watching the stream.
yeah, hope you enjoyed. To be fair, you would have had to lose a lot more positions to lose the championship, as
Yeah,
your lead was quite substantial.
yeah. Well, like I say, if Thibaut didn't have any internet last week, so he wasn't able to
Yes.
race, and that's what gave me the gap. So I'm delighted that I've won the championship, and I'll definitely be on the grid next season with Arc Racing again. Definitely, it was great.
Well, it will be great to see you racing next time. And
Okay, so just as an aside, are you on the grid tomorrow?
yes, I am on the grid tomorrow. I will be doing the season finale at the Nordschleife.
Excellent. I'm really looking forward to that
I'm
as well. Okay,
terrified.
I'm gonna. It'll be really good. Just get a nice soft setting on your car, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, just be.
Okay, I'm going to disappear now.
All
Thanks
right.
very much for
See ya.
streaming, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
See you tomorrow. Congratulations once again.
Thanks very much.
Okay. Well. Okay. Okay. I don't know if Thibaut is going to come in, but it is very late now, so uh so I am going to have to finish the stream anyway. We got an interview in the end. We got some words from our championship winner, from our champion. Championship winner is a weird thing to say when champion is a word. Whatever. And yeah, so like yeah, if there we go. Hello there, Thibaut.
There we
Hello
go.
there, Zidane. Found the channel.
Oh,
Yeah. Hello. Oh, well, congratulations on the race win. How do you feel about it?
thank you. I'm happy with the race win in the last race since I could not join the race last week, and it was a tough race. I really had to focus a lot because this track is so difficult, and make one mistake, go a little bit wide, or brake too hard on certain places, you just spin around and you're gone. So it took a
Yeah.
lot of mental effort to get this done.
Yeah. Also noticed like that you've picked the hard tire compound to make
Yeah.
sure, I suppose, that if something does happen, your tires don't just kill themselves immediately.
Yeah, I eventually chose for the hards because they felt more stable in temperature. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised when indeed you have a little bit of a slide and one tire heats up like the mediums do. I just wanted to be the car more predictable and not, go away from me when something little happens. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's typically how it tends to be with these cars.
Yeah.
Well,
It's the softs are useless. The mediums are only best when there are a lot of straights, so they can cool down. For these twisty tracks, hards are the way to go, I think.
well, John did quite a good job on the mediums, though.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
You,
though
you,
he
you
got
know, I
taken out in
noticed
the end.
he came close in certain corners where I just couldn't get the power down yet. He came close, but then other corners, probably because his tires were overheating a little bit, I could just drive away because my tires were still the same temperature. So yeah, he did a great job. I was really scared he's gonna get me at some points, but
It
yeah, in
was
the end, he
it
didn't.
was very close. It was great watching you too.
Yeah, yeah. It was great hearing you talk about it. I had you on the background, and it was fun. Yeah.
I hope it wasn't too distracting. I mean,
No, no,
clearly it
no, no.
wasn't, as you won the race.
Yeah,
See,
indeed.
I
No,
don't
no,
think I can
it
do
wasn't
that.
too distracting, and it helped me kind of gauge what was happening on track. So it kind of was perfect. Never done that before, but I just wanted to hear what you had to say, and yeah, it worked out. Yeah.
Well, glad you enjoyed that. I don't think I could have a stream on background like that. I just can't. Don't have enough concentration to spare.
Yeah, I understand. Well, it's not that easy, but yeah.
Okay. Okay, we have our since we have our final podium sitter here as well, we're gonna might as well get them all. So Ziloni Andy, hello.
Yes. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. Bit tired. It's late, so just gonna finish this up rather quickly and yeah. So tell me how how happy are you about the incidents ahead of you letting you easily grab that
Oh, yeah,
podium
yeah.
position?
I'm very happy about that because I was struggling in quali and in the race. Like,
And yet you did a good job of keeping it on track, which is
I was trying, but in practice my pace was 23, 22, and in the race was 24, sometimes 25. So not
Yeah.
happy with that, but happy with the results. And yeah.
Yeah, never been nice when you find yourself going backwards slightly like that, but it does unfortunately happen. Still, you managed to secure your second place in the championship that way.
I did, thanks to Thibaut
Yep.
for last week.
Yeah, and
But yeah, I did.
just 6 points separating you two. Like I did the
Yeah,
math
he missed.
before, and you needed to in order for Thibaut to grab the second position, you needed to finish 5th or lower.
All right.
So
yeah, I did the job. So happy with that. Not happy that he had to miss that race, but I would be happy even with the third place in the podium. So yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
was fun.
congratulations for second place.
Thank you very much.
Good racing.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of out of questions now, so if anyone here has anything to say, you can say it now. Otherwise, we're going to finish up here.
Yeah, well, thank you for streaming, and everyone else, yeah, thank you for watching.
I have one question.
Yes.
To Thibaut.
Yeah.
What helps you win today?
How do you mean?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But my setup helped you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It was
happy
more
with-
sketchy. I had made a setup that was a little bit more safe.
Have to try
But yours, I
something,
could push more, and when I got used to it, yeah, it was better. So, thank you for the win.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. You gave me yours, so I think that is all about. People should share their setup.
Yeah,
just
I
to
agree.
help the slower guys pick up pace maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that and make the field more even, and that makes it more fun. Close racing is fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
More collisions and stuff.
Yes.
Right. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And
Thanks, Anno.
Yep, and thank you all for the great race. I'll finish up the stream now, and I'll see some of you tomorrow in the touring car championship final.
You gonna stream, right?
I intend to stream tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah, so I definitely join your stream, but I'm not racing tomorrow, so
Yeah, I
I
am
definitely will
racing,
join
so
you.
it's going to be a different
Is
kind
it
of stream.
Twitch or?
Twitch, yes. It's
Yeah.
I've posted the link in the streams. You can see
Sure.
it.
I give you
Uh,
follow tonight and
yeah.
see you tomorrow on the stream.
And thanks for the follow, by the way, to Thibaut, to Badzinski100, and to KeyBPL, and to Headster Racing. They're just coming in now. Thank you, everyone, for that. And, well, it's time for me to finish up here. Okay, see you
Sure.
later, Andy. I am disconnecting.
Have a good night, Darren. Oh no, Darren's there. Right. Good night.
Good night. And to everybody, I'm going to finish up the stream here. And yeah, that's about it. I'm not used to not being on camera, so I'm just like acting as if I'm on camera, but I'm not. So yeah, see you all tomorrow. In fact, when you will get to see me drive, and you will get to see a camera, and you will get to see the final of the touring car championship at the Nordschleife. It'll be good, I promise. But for now, it's